My boyfriend says I cheated on him by getting a tattoo on my butt. I'm 23, Hez 26, together over a year. I have 5 tattoos. My 5th I had the first session for earlier this week. It's on my hip towards my ass. All my other tattoos are in pretty innocent places. 2 on thigh, 1 on back, 1 on foot. My boyfriend isn't really interested in body art, and he listens to me talk about what pieces I want, but has not super actively into it like I am. The piece I'm getting was originally planned to be lower on my thigh, but I talked to my artist and we figured the design flows better on my butt lol, plus I think it looks sexy and I wanted to do something different and more daring than yet another thigh tat. Anyways, I got home from my first session and showed my BF. He got angry as was like, why'd you get it there? Did you have to take off your underwear for that? Who saw you get that? On and on he asked why I didn't tell him I was gonna get it there and how long it took to get. My artist is a guy and has done 2 of my other pieces and has super professional. I told my BF as much and it wasn't any different than a doctor seeing your body, and it's not like I was naked and someone jamming a needle into your flesh is hardly sexy. My BF still says letting another man see me like that and touch me on my ass is cheating, and I should have asked him or taken him with me, even though the shop only lets in 1 person at a time. RN has being hard-headed and it's really frustrating. I don't think what I did should count as cheating, but IDK how to make him feel better about this, especially since I have at least 2 more sessions before it's done. Edit. Okay, I've given up on keeping up with the comments on this monster. It's getting exhausting. Thanks for the support and the insults, Reddit. I'm going to bed. This thread has run its course. Wait till he hears about the gyno or a mammogram. Maybe he should have one for shits and giggles. Yeah, on his nuts. Every relationship negotiates their own boundaries for cheating. I wouldn't think professional care nudity is cheating. Tattoos, waxing, doctors, massage, etc. No one is getting any sexual or romantic juice out of it. Tell him that him being upset does not equate you doing something wrong. You can choose whatever professional service for your body you want. Set your hard and soft boundaries. Never give on your hard boundaries. What's the difference between soft and hard boundaries? Or what examples of each would be good? Sure, great question. Hard boundaries is another way to say deal breakers. Apostrophe. Things that make you understand no bout or could drastically impact the way you view your spouse. Common examples would be cheating, physical violence, stealing, etc. Soft boundaries are more like things that aren't world breaking, but you'd rather your spouse not do it. Things that you could give a warning or 2 about before they caused you to nope out or drastically impact the way you view your spouse. Common examples would be flirting, cleaning discrepancies, music volume, not removing muddy shoes before walking inside, etc. TL. Dr. Hard boundaries equals I'm out / we are done here. Soft boundaries equals we need to talk / let's not do that again. I'm almost wondering if you're dating my ex lol. I got a sternum tattoo and he flipped out on me, accused me of cheating, went around telling his friends that I got a boob tattoo, and he was scared I was sleeping with the artist lol. Apparently sternum and ribs are the same thing as boobs. The more you know. Also kept trying to say you wouldn't like it if I got a dick tattoo and ignored me when I said I wouldn't give a single shit if he did, because tattoos aren't erotic in the slightest. Edit to clear up any confusion. By tattoos aren't erotic I mean the process of getting tattoos rather than the actual tattoo. And yes, there are people who do find the process sexy or erotic too, but I don't think they're the majority of people. Could be wrong though. I don't know lol. Close bracket. Yeah, nothing gets me going like having a needle jammed into my flesh for several hours and then slathering on cream for weeks while it gets scaly and itchy. Going to the dentist is more erotic lol. I'm jealous of the sternum tattoo. I want one, but am too self-conscious to take the plunge. I love seeing my body bleeding profusely and clenching my eyes and teeth in agony. It's truly such a sexy experience. If you end up getting a sternum tattoo, I recommend getting one on the smaller size. Mine goes all the way down my torso to like an inch from my belly button, and oh boy was that hard to sit through. Sounds like my ex. I had obstructive kidney stones and required surgically placed stents to treat them, and he got mad at me because the doctors who did them were males. I was in the ICU, septic, and cold died. And he was there the entire time. But he was mad because the on-call urologist was a male. He then also blew up at me again when they had to be removed. No words for that kind of behavior. Trust me when I tell you it's a huge red flag. Don't ignore it. Eater, I see comments about it being controlling and abusive. And I'll tell you from experience. That's exactly what it is. I ended up being sexually assaulted by this person. And my kids were neglected/abused by him as well. Thankfully I was able to get us out and far away. Not everyone is that lucky. I'm so sorry you went through this. I'm so glad you got yourself and your kids away. These things tend to start small and gain momentum. Next time he watches porn, accuse him of cheating for seeing other women like that. I'm 29F and got a leg sleeve that covers my left butt cheek over a period of 5 years. I dated a few different guys during the tattoo process. I had different parts of my ass/inner upper thigh done over multiple years. My tattoo artist is also male. Every single guy I was with during this tattoo process had an issue with it except for one dude who had a full bodysuit. This isn't really advice I guess, but solidarity. Sister. I would just more or less say that the tattoo was there before our relationship began. And if that was the hill our relationship was going to die on, well the tattoo would be there after them as well. It wasn't compromisable. Can 10/10 say it weeded out insecure prospects? Lol. It is blowing my mind how many women are applying sharing experiences of men being jealous of a professional seeing/touching their girlfriend. I'm glad you stuck up for yourself and didn't cave to their ludicrous selfish bullshit. Out of interest, did the guys who had problems have tattoos? Just shows how many guys view a woman's body as something for them to enjoy and not a separate person with agency. Your boyfriend is being an insecure child here. The tattoo artist is performing his craft, which is creating body art. You are decorating your body as you want it decorated. There is no cheating or infidelity here. Does he also think going to the gynecologist is cheating? My gyno is a woman. IDK, I guess it's only cheating if it's a dude. Your gyno might be a lesbian. That would really blow his mind. Miyawadi. I'm a super tatted lady who just so happens to work in the tattoo business. However, I'm transferring into game design cause it's easier on my hands. Anywho, let's unpack this. This isn't cheating. This is him feeling insecure. As an artist I look at the strangest body parts and let me tell you, they all blend together at some point. From tits to ass. From taint to ducking feet. They all look pretty much the same. It's very hard to find interest in someone or be sexual when their plasma is oozing and you're smearing ink everywhere. He needs to chill and be more accepting and supportive of something you appreciate and love. If he can't accept that you're going to get tattoos, then you guys need to think about the boundaries of your relationship. Because to me, it sounds like he's looking for an excuse for you to not get another tattoo. Love this comment. Granted, I'm sure there's a fetish out there, but when you're wiping goo away so you can see what you're tattooing on the person's skin, the skin is just skin. The focus has got to be on the artwork you're creating. Every single time I see a post like this, I'm grateful I'm single and can do whatever the duck I want. Edit. Wow. The number of idiots completely missing my point is astounding. I'm not single and can still do whatever the duck I want. Like get a bud tattoo, like any person in a healthy relationship. Yeah, boy sucks. Yes, my husband would encourage it. It blows my mind that people deal with shit like this. I cannot fathom not getting something that I want done. BC the person I'm dating told me not to. Question mark? Question mark? Oof. He sounds like has confused thinking your body is his choice. I would be angry if I was your boyfriend. You are supposed to keep an odd number of tattoos. Having an even number brings bad luck. Duh. Exclamation mark. Exclamation mark. Exclamation mark. Exclamation mark. Exclamation mark. Exclamation mark. Dang, that would explain a lot. X. Guess I have to go get a third one soon. Thanks, internet stranger. That is not cheating. It would maybe have been cheating if you were flirting. And I mean, your body, your choice. Every relationship have different boundaries on what's cheating and what's not. And I think most of us would say no here. Otherwise I would have cheated on my BF by getting a tattoo on the ribs. He was with me, but still. I get it. My ex-boyfriend got jealous when he found out I got my nipples pierced because someone else besides him saw my boobs. Immature men like that don't deserve to be in a relationship until they work on whatever issue they have going on, TBH. NTA. I've had several tattoos in sexual locations and my best friend is a tattoo artist. A good professional artist only sees the canvas when tattooing, not the semi-nude person in front of them. Just like the just like the woman who waxes my butthole. You've seen a million naked people, they do not care about your body. In my mind, a tattoo is not cheating, no matter the location. That said, each relationship has its own rules. If for him that's cheating, this relationship may have run its course. I personally wouldn't hold it against a man who objected to certain tattoos and locations. However, it would make him fundamentally incompatible with me. Oh wow, that is a fragile, controlling dude right there. That isn't cheating. Is it cheating if a dentist has their hands in your mouth? Is it cheating if an ob/gyn is giving you a pap or other kind of treatment? This was a professional person doing their job. It's not sexy at all. OMG, I had an ex who told me I was no longer allowed to go to my gyno doctor for my annual exams because he thought it was cheating and flipped out after I explained that I won't. Oh honey, I'm glad you threw the whole man away. I can't imagine asking someone to ignore their health to satisfy some effed up machismo circle jerk of jealousy. This internet stranger agrees that you didn't cheat and your BF is being ridiculous. That doesn't mean his feelings aren't valid. He feels what he feels, but you did nothing wrong. Unfounded accusations of cheating are at least controlling behavior and usually a form of emotional abuse. I feel uncomfortable with other men seeing your butt as an expression of a feeling. You cheated is something much more. Also, I feel uncomfortable is only a valid feeling to the extent that he expects GF's response to be, and what are you going to do to work on that? Irrational insecure feeling that exhibits a desire for an odd level of control over me, apostrophe. This guy would be in for a real treat if you guys were to go through the whole childbearing process together. Somehow I feel like that's not going to be a problem. As a tattooist, unless you're a shit person and unprofessional, there is nothing remotely sexual or inappropriate about getting any part of your body tattooed, whether it be by a male or not. I have seen more areas of the human body as a tattooist than I have when I've been a single lady, and I've never thought about anything beyond making sure that they felt comfortable and were covered where they needed to be, but the area I needed was still accessible. As a human, I can understand his insecurity, but also still think it's a bit nuts. You were provided a professional service by an artist you trusted to have something put on you for life. And if there was no misconduct and you didn't feel exposed and weren't handled badly, then there shouldn't be an issue. Your personal safety and how you felt about it in that vulnerable scenario should be what matters, and not his insecurities. If you felt well looked after and not like you were being creeped on, then the artist did his job and did it well. Hope you love what you got started and go back to him for more. You've done nothing wrong here, so don't apologize. If this was something he knew he'd be uncomfortable with, he should have communicated that in advance. He does not get to accuse you of cheating after the fact. That's immensely manipulative. He gets to be upset and express that he doesn't like that this happened. But he does not get to accuse you of any wrongdoing, and he doesn't get to tell you where you can or cannot get tattooed. It's up to you guys what happens next. But if you want to stay together, you need to communicate your boundaries a lot more clearly and figure out where you're willing to compromise and where you're not. Has he ever shown this level of jealousy or possessiveness in the past? My wife has a lot of tattoos, and I've been your boyfriend kinda. She had ink before we met, and that's what I accepted. She wanted more, had ideas, and I gave opinions on what I thought I would feel about certain designs and the planned placements. I hated most of the ideas, most of my favorite skin being changed. Then, after time of her same want for more tats, I just paid when she let me, and always take her to appointments. She gets pretty bad shock. I have beers with her artist now, and have 3 of my own by him. I can't say why I changed my initial the duck attitude, but ink makes her happy, so I'd be a shitheel if I tried to control that. Your BF might need time like I did. or he's a sack of shit. Like I was /am. He just needs to learn how to use actual words. And I bet he doesn't have ink. Gross. Very toxic insecure behavior. You two have some substantial value differences going on here. You said body art isn't his thing, but that doesn't mean he doesn't care. Sounds like there might be some fear there, and there is definitely a boundary around your body in this process that he had, but didn't discuss with you before the session. So, that's on him. You two need to work out boundary issues around your bodies in general. Give him the chance to describe what his issues are and work towards what will work. Might be good to see if he wants to be there during subsequent sessions, but that invitation only works after you two have negotiated boundaries to both of your understanding. It's not a boundary when it comes to other people's bodies. That would be a rule. And he can't have boundaries on her body unless she is part of him. And we don't do that anymore. Well, this is getting into semantics. Boundaries in relationships don't just relate to physical matters. A perfectly valid boundary in a relationship is that you don't get drunk without the other person there. Boundaries relate to expectations more than bodies. And know that just because it can be set as a boundary doesn't mean it should or is healthy. In a perfect situation, everyone understands where the line is and then decides how they will behave given the situation, and given that they are, hopefully, adult enough to deal with the consequences. Definitely didn't cheat, but I can understand where your BF is coming from. Not saying he's right, just that I understand why he's unhappy. From his point of view, his GF went in to get a lower thigh tattoo, then came home with an ass tattoo on recommendation from her tattoo artist. He got angry cause she took off her panties in front of the dude, something he thinks should clearly be off limits. Getting naked in front of other dudes is usually off limits. Yes, it was in a professional setting, but lots of people, especially those without tattoos, don't consider a tattoo artist to be a professional at all, much less one equal to a doctor or Gino. They're just two very, very different things. I get that you believe your tattoo artist is a professional, but your BF clearly does not. I'd have him there with you on your next 2 sessions to show him nothing's up. Are straight men okay? Nope, they sure aren't. I feel like this is gonna make me sound like a bad person, but as someone who also deals with insecurities and gets irrationally jealous, I've gotten counseling and been dealing with it. I can kind of see why he would feel that way. He definitely overreacted and was out of line. But maybe he just needs plenty of reassurance from you to feel better about it. Personally, I would hope my so would at least tell me before doing something like that to avoid those anxious, irrational thoughts. Being with someone like that requires patience, and sometimes you have to kind of meet them halfway and reassure them that everything's fine. I highly suggest urging him to get therapy though, because neither of you should have to deal with all the negativity and heartache that comes with that kind of insecurity in a relationship. Best of luck to you. I like your position, that it's not so much whether BF is right or wrong. If he's uncomfortable with something, that should be part of what a partner takes into account when making their choices. I'm not saying that Op has to give up the tattoo idea or do anything specific, but if I were BF, I would want to know that Op took my feelings into account and cared about them. Oh honey, ask him what's the difference between a bikini and some guy seeing your ass. Honestly, I have done nude photo shoots with both men and women as the photographer, and that's not considered cheating. The act of cheating is something with the intent of hurting somebody on purpose. You didn't know, you didn't ask, and it was unimportant. Hes just jelly some guy got to see your ass and he was invited to the party. Just as a funny role reversal, as a 26-year-old dude got a tattoo on my butt by one of girlfriend, Hoss also 23, best friends. She was working while I got it, and her other friend was there watching the whole time. It was hilarious, and we all call my little rubber duck my butt quack. Please click subscribe if you enjoyed this video.